So our goal in solving equations is just to get that variable alone. But you got to do legal stuff on both sides. You can't do fake math. Okay, you can't just make it up as you go. It's got to be like legitimate, things that you are doing on both sides, adding on both sides, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to give you a series of examples that are similar to the ones you're going to see in your homework tonight, and we'll just practice them together. But again, no words. All right, so the first one, solve 2 parentheses, 2x minus 3, end parentheses. So we remember from yesterday what a parentheses means that we're supposed to do. And then 3 parentheses x plus 1 equals 5x plus 2. And so the goal then is to solve, which means get the variable by itself by doing legitimate legal math to both sides. So our first thing, because we have parentheses, is to do what? Distribute. All right, so we're going to take the 2 and we'll distribute it, and we'll also take the 3 and we'll distribute it. So that's your first step. Distributing the 2 is going to give me 4x minus 6. Distributing the 3 will give me 3x plus 3. And then 5x plus 2 on the other side. So that's called distributing. That's the first legal math move. What's the second one? What do I want to do next? Combine like terms. Okay, good. So these are some math things that you've learned over the years. Okay, and so combining like terms, I've got 7x. That's the x's combined together. Then I have a negative 6 and a positive 3, which is negative 3 altogether, equaling 5x plus 2. All right, and then we saw this before. Now we've done distributing, we've done combine like terms. What's the next step to do to both sides? What do you think? Subtract or add. Okay, I could subtract something to both sides, or I could add something to both sides. What do you want to do? How much? Subtract 5x. Okay, sounds good to me. So I'll take 5x away from both sides. That's going to give me 2x minus 3 equals 2. Now I'm going to have the opportunity to add to both sides, so I'll add 3. That's going to be 2x equals 5, and then I'll divide. And 2 is going to get divided on both sides, and x is the answer, 5 over 2. I do not want decimals. Okay? There will be a reason why a little bit down the road, a couple weeks from now, where we want fractions. So please get into the habit not of giving me a decimal, but giving me a fraction. Your calculator can always tell you what the fraction is if you don't know. So just as a reminder of how your calculator works. Okay, there we go. So say you were wondering what, you came up with a decimal 1.265, and you want to know what the fraction is for that. It's the math key, and first option, math fraction, math number 1. Okay, and there's the fraction. So if possible, please always give me the fraction in lowest terms as the answer instead of a decimal. So that was the first one, just refreshing our memory of what to do on both sides. So let's try another. So that one had distributing. This one has something a little different. Oh, sure. Yeah, because that's a fraction. Yep. All right. So this time we're going to solve 5y minus 2 over the fraction 8. And 2 plus y over the value 4. So this one has denominators in it. And as a rule of thumb, we would really prefer not to have any denominators if at all possible. Okay, not to have any denominators if at all possible. So the two denominators right now are 8 and 4. We go with the least common denominator, which even though the word least is in it, it's the greater of the two. Okay, so the least common denominator, which happens to be the number 8. And we're going to multiply this problem by the number 8. And that will clear out the fractions for us. So we're going to take 5y minus 2 over 8, and we're going to multiply that by 8. What happens when I do that? Okay, they reduce, right? The yellow 8 reduces with the white 8. But if I multiply that part by 8, then I have to take the number 2, and I have to multiply it by 8 also. And I have to take the y over 4 and I have to multiply it by 8 as well. So whatever you do once, you have to do all the time. So we'll look to reduce. The big yellow 8 on the outside is going to reduce with the white 8, leaving me with 5y minus 2. 8 multiplied by 2 gives me 16. And then I do have a chance to reduce again. 8 and 4 reduce, not completely, but they leave me with 2y. And that's just a much simpler problem to work with. Instead of having to worry about, all the fractions in it, now you've cleared out all the fractions and it's a lot simpler and you can just add or subtract. So now we'll move into subtracting. So I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. That will give me 3y minus 2 equals 16. Then I can add to both sides, giving me 3y equals 18. And if 3y equals 18, then y must be equal to 6 when you divide by 3 on both sides. So this should seem fairly familiar. I hope that it's feeling like, okay, yeah, I've done that before. I know how to do that. Okay, the last two examples have to do with absolute value. And that may be a little bit less familiar to you. Okay, we're going to solve an absolute value problem. X plus 5 equals 3. On absolute value problems, I'm going to have you use your graphing calculator to solve those. So if you don't have that handy out on your desk already, would you get that out, please? Okay, go ahead and you're going to use your graphing calculator. Okay, so let me switch the screen over. I have no idea what's in your calculator from last year, so why don't you just go ahead and when you turn it on, go to your y equals and clear out anything that may be still in there from your Algebra 2 final last year. It's probably the last time you used it. And then since we're going to be graphing, let's check your window. So hit the window key. And could you make sure that the minimums are set to -10 and the maximums are set to +10? And anything that says scale is set to 1. That's called a standard window. So I don't know what it's set to from whatever you did before, but set it to that. Anybody need help with any of that? All right, so are we good? Anybody need help? Okay, so let's graph this problem, which was absolute value of x plus 5. So go back to your y equals, and you need to put the absolute value in there. Okay, that's under your math key as well. So I already showed you math fraction today. Go to math. And it's not in the first list that you see, but if you go over one table to the right, absolute value should be your first option there. So you're going to select absolute value. And in the absolute value, you're going to put x plus 5. If you have the words ABS to stand for absolute value, make sure you put x plus 5 in the parentheses. And then the equals 3 part is going to go in the second line. Okay, that's going to go in your y2, and that'll be equals to 3. Now before we hit graph, just by any chance, does anybody remember what the shape of an absolute value is going to look like? It is, it's a V. So we're going to have a V crossed by a straight line. That's what we should see. All right, so go ahead and hit graph. And then can you turn your calculators around just so I can see that you've got the same picture? Great. Okay, bring it. You have it at home? Yeah. Great. Okay, window range. Let's check your window. Okay, so your minimum needs to have a negative. Okay. Great. Yep, turn yours around. Thank you. Well, let's put the line going across. Okay, we have 2 answers. So on these questions, I want you to draw it doesn't have to be a perfect graph, we're not using graph paper, just a picture of what that looks like. So I want you to draw on your notes and then in your homework, it's like literally this, and that. I mean, I do not need it to be fancy, I just need to know that you looked at it and you copied down what it looked like. And then what we're going to do is we're going to label the 2 intersection points, because there's one here and one here. So there are 2 answers to this problem, not just one. Okay, so your homework will have a graph, and next to it, the graph will have the dots labeled. So let's use our calculator to find those answers. There is a feature above, it's not trace, but it's above trace, okay, called calc. So we're going to go to second, trace. And we want number 5. Number 5 is the intersection command. So pick number 5. And then using your left and right arrows only, position the cursor on top of one of the intersection points. And then you have to enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then it gives you the answer. So the answer is -2, 3. And so you would label this one right here as -2, 3. And then you repeat for the other one. So I'm going to do second trace, pick option number 5 this time again, and using your left and right arrows only, not up and down, it's only left and right, I'm going to position it on the other intersection point, and when I'm there, enter 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and I get my second answer, which was -8, 3. So on some of your homework, you're going to show algebra work. On the second half of your homework, you're going to show graph work with the points labeled. So this is what your answer would look like. And notice that they share the number 3 in common. Okay, I'm going to practice that one more time on a different question with you. Okay, any questions on that one? Okay, the second one I want to try is this. And second and final. So this is our last example. We want to do 5 absolute value 5 minus 2x equals x plus 1. Ooh, come back. Okay, 5 minus 2x equals x plus 1. So copy that down a minute because then I'm going to switch the screen.